The 1990s were a time of wild innovation and even wilder ideas. From neon fashion to dial-up internet and the birth of tech giants, the 90s brought a flood of products that promised to change the world, but instead crashed and burned. Let's take a deep dive into 25 ambitious, sometimes ridiculous, and mostly unforgettable products from the 90s that failed miserably, despite big budgets and bold dreams. First, we begin with the Apple Newton, one of the world's first personal digital assistants. It was supposed to read your handwriting and keep you organized, but the tech wasn't ready, and instead of writing notes, people ended up writing complaints. Then came Microsoft Bob, a cartoon-like interface for Windows meant to make computers friendlier, featuring a talking dog and cartoon furniture. But users didn't want friendly, they wanted functionality, and Bob became a laughingstock. Now enter the Nintendo Virtual Boy, a red and black 3D gaming console that made users dizzy, gave them headaches, and looked like a futuristic mistake. It flopped within months. On the food side, McDonald's Arch Deluxe was advertised as a sophisticated burger for adults, complete with lettuce mustard sauce and irony. But no one wanted a classy burger from a drive-thru, and it became one of the most expensive flops in fast food history. Speaking of drinks, Crystal Pepsi tried to market a cola that looked like water. Clear soda was a novelty, but its strange taste and awkward branding left people scratching their heads. Then came Orbit's lava lamp-like drink with floating gelatin balls. Kids were curious, adults were grossed out, and after one sip, most people never bought it again. Coors, Rocky Mountain. Spring Water is another one. A beer company trying to sell bottled water. Confusing? Yes. Successful? No. The message didn't land. And Frito-Lay's chips, made with Olestra to eliminate fat, came with an unpleasant side effect. Anal leakage, no surprise. That label didn't sell chips. Tech wasn't immune either. Remember iOmega? Zip drives? They offered 100 megabytes of storage, which was amazing. For about 6 months, then USB drives and burnable CDs made them obsolete almost overnight. And there's the Bandai Apple Pippin, a game console that no one wanted. Overpriced, underpowered, and unsupported. Even tech giants like Apple weren't immune to failure. Then there was Cosmopolitan Yogurt, a product from the famous women's magazine. That's right. Cosmo tried to go dairy. No one bought it, and no one missed it. Pepsi M, a morning soda designed for breakfast, also fizzled out because, let's face it, no one really wants soda with eggs. How about touch of yogurt shampoo? Sounds healthy, right? It was marketed as nourishing for your hair, but people weren't comfortable putting yogurt on their heads. R.J. Reynolds smokeless cigarettes, branded as Premier, promised a cleaner smoke with less odor, but tasted like plastic and were a total disaster. Reebok's the pump-running shoes were all hype. Expensive, clunky, and hard to maintain. Cool on the court, but not on the shelves. Then there was the DeLorean comeback attempt. Yes, the Back to the Future car in the 90s that tried to relaunch. But without the movie magic, it flopped again. Kodak photo CDs aimed to replace film by storing images on discs, but the public didn't understand the format, and digital cameras overtook the concept before it even caught on. Harley-Davidson perfume, yes. The motorcycle brand made a cologne that smelled like motorcycles. Not quite, but buyers were confused, and it quickly disappeared. Next, we had OK Soda, Coca-Cola's attempt to appeal to edgy teenagers with an anti-marketing marketing campaign. But the irony was lost, and people weren't buying it. Literally, Betamax tried to fight VHS, and while technically better, it lost the battle because it was more expensive and less convenient. Then there was Beans. An early digital currency launched in the late 90 segundas. It was a payment method no one could use, and everyone forgot. If only they had held on to their beans like Bitcoin. Another tech miss, Kukat, a small barcode scanner people were supposed to use with magazines to go online. But scanning a magazine with a wired scanner seemed insane. And it was Gatorade's Ice Line also fizzled. Clear drinks again, but this time flavored like menthol. Not refreshing, just confusing. And who remembers easy squirt-colored ketchup? Heinz thought kids would love green and purple ketchup, and for a week, they did. Then parents got grossed out, and sales crashed. We also had Sony mini discs. A great concept ruined by high prices and limited compatibility. As CDs got cheaper, mini discs got forgotten. Finally, let's not forget Barbie's PC. A real pink computer aimed at girls. It had limited power, a high price, and software no one wanted. Parents didn't buy it, and kids didn't ask twice. Now, what do all these failures have in common? Many were too far ahead of their time, or misunderstood their audience. Some failed because of pricing, others because of awkward branding. Others were gimmicks that didn't solve real problems. But in each failure, there's a lesson. Innovation without purpose usually fails. Just because you can make a product doesn't mean people want it, and no amount of marketing can save a bad idea. Ironically, some of these failed ideas paved the way for future successes. PDAs led to smartphones, zip drives inspired USBs, and failed smart devices set the stage for today's sleek tech. The 90s were a golden era of experimentation, and while these 25 products didn't survive, they gave us entertainment, inspiration, and valuable business lessons. So next time you hear about a futuristic new gadget or a strange food launch, remember, even the biggest companies fail sometimes. And sometimes that failure is exactly what the future needs to succeed.